You happy the season's over?
Oh, yes.
You've got to be thrilled that this thing is over.
A lot of relief.
Oh my!
For many reasons.
Let's all be thankful that next weekend we can watch other games that will be more meaningful and entertaining than anything the Patriots were going to do yesterday.
I'll watch some except the Peacock one. Yeah. I still don't have Peacock. I checked last night.
You do.
I don't.
You do.
I don't.
You do.
How do I know? Oh, you're going to give me the okay.
No, I'm not going to give you anything. You
probably just have it.
You have it. You probably just haven't set up a login for it. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, you're paying for that.
And I think you're going to want to watch that Peacock game.
Yeah,
I want to watch the Chiefs. I'm not paying to watch the Chiefs.
You're not going to have to pay. You're a big time paying subscriber.
Wow.
An elite tier of Xfinity. You're getting that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you just don't know what you're doing with
Never tried to go to Peacock.
Yeah, we'll sort that out.
We'll get on the cock next week. All right.
There it is. Get right on it, babe. It came to an end yesterday, and surprisingly, the Jets pulled off a win here in Foxborough. The weather certainly had something to do with it. That's for sure. What an ugly afternoon of football being played there. Thank you, Jets. Thank you for coming in here and doing your job. I thought you would have no-showed coming off the plane. Not the case. Not the case at all.
So I'm
thrilled about that. Let's start with the positive today. The Patriots are picking third in the NFL draft at the end of April. That is doing your job right there. That is showing up, understanding the assignment as the Patriots did yesterday.
I understood the assignment.
Wow. How about that? Let's lead with that today.
Ramp up with our draft coverage this year.
They are the number 3 pick. Now, they will not be the number 3 pick in every round. I learned something new about the NFL draft last night, and that is the tiebreakers only apply to the first round. So what will happen in subsequent rounds is they will be in a rotation with Washington and Arizona. So they will pick no lower than 4th in each round. Mm-hmm. But that also means they will rotate up to 2nd in some of those rounds, right?
Yep.
So they go sort of on a merry-go-round after the first round.
That's fun.
It's kind of good. So I think that the draft order will have them picking 2nd, like in the
second round. They have the 2nd pick in the second round.
Second pick, second round, then you reset it.
I love it. I love it. Oh, how wonderful.
Makes it easier to get back.
That even helps
first
them.
Round,
Yep.
It's even better. So the merry-go-round will begin after the first round. They'll have the 2nd pick in the second round, not the 3rd. They'll have the 3rd pick in the first round. So that's great news. We should all be happy about that. They will have their pick of the top 3 quarterbacks in the draft. If they want to take Jaden Daniels at number 3, they can do it. If they somehow have Drake May slip a spot, or they somehow have Marvin Harrison Jr. go with one of those first 2 picks, which I really doubt happens.
Right.
I think Marvin Harrison Jr. is going to be on the board at 3.
And you're taking him.
That's not my desire, but it's a possibility. That's what is now in play with that 3rd pick. But they have their pick of the top 3 quarterbacks in the draft if they so choose. They have real options. They landed a top 3 pick. They finished the year 4-13. If only they had not faced Mitch Trubisky in Pittsburgh, we'd be talking about the 2nd pick in the draft. If only they had seen Mason Rudolph a week sooner, they would have been picking 2nd in this draft. That's the reality of the situation.
That moral loss.
Oh, moral loss like you read about. All right, so that's good news. Good news today. They're picking 3rd. Be excited about that. We're going to have a lot of fun with that one leading up to the draft, and it's a good pick, and they'll have good picks in every round this year. Who runs the draft board in 2024? Who's in charge of this team in 2024? We turn our attention to Bill Belichick. If you watched the game yesterday, you watched the Fox broadcast crew just inundate you with the Goodbye Bill broadcast. I mean, that's what that was yesterday on TV.
It was not subtle.
It was not subtle at all. And they really leaned into Jay Glazer's report that Belichick is done, that he will not be the coach of this team in 2024, that the only question left was, will he be traded or will he be outright fired this week? Bill spoke this morning, spoke of the meeting or meetings that will be taking place today, maybe tomorrow. I don't know. I don't know what left there is to be talking about if you're firing the guy. If you're set on moving on, I'm not sure how long the conversation has to be. But he did say this, which is catching a lot of attention today as it relates to running personnel for the Patriots.
Wondering if you've given any serious thought to relinquishing the personnel, maybe some of the draft responsibilities, and coaching the team, which you were saying yesterday is something you still really want to do.
Yeah, I'm for whatever, collectively we decide as an organization is the best thing to help our football team. And, I have multiple roles in that, and I rely on a lot of people to help me in those responsibilities. If somebody's got to have the final say, I have it. I rely on a lot of other people to help, and, however that, whatever that process is, I'm only part of it.
Wow. Wowzers. I almost drove off the road when I heard that. And I heard him last night in the press conference say, I really enjoy coaching. I like coming in. I like coaching the team. I like game planning. I like getting into the X's and O's. Didn't once hear him say I like the GM part of it. He really emphasized the coaching yesterday and then sort of doubled down on it today. Like, yeah, I'm fine. Yeah,
and you think it's all genuine? That after 24 years on the job.
I think it's a game. I think it is a game that has just begun playing. That may have caught some people off guard down there at One Patriot Place. And now it's time for counter move. He's also asked, do you meet with ownership? Yeah, I meet during the course of the year. That was also Ted. They were like, whoa, they haven't met or spoken. No, we do. We meet.
The jousting has begun. That's what I took away from this. The jousting is beginning.
I'm under contract, by the way, too. Yeah,
I'm under contract, and I'm ready to give up all my GM duties. Yeah, right.
Yeah, we're starting to divvy up the miles.
Yeah. That is
talked
exactly
about this
right.
Friday.
We are divvying up the airline miles. And you know what? What did we say? We said most endings are messy, right? Any divorce? How often do you see a nice, clean breakup? Not that often, and this is what you've now started to see, the messy divorce. I don't buy it. I think it's a PR play. I think it's that he's not going to go down looking like a guy who walked out on the team. He's not going to do it. He's not going to play their game. He's not going to be willing to make them look good. He knows he's on his way out, and he's not partaking in it. He's not going to be an active participant in his firing.
It's like Leonardo DiCaprio in what's the name of that movie? Wall Street? Not Wall Street.
Wolf of Wall Street?
Wolf of Wall Street. I'm not leaving.
Sweetie, you took the miles.
Yep.
I'm not leaving.
They're trying to divvy up the airline miles. That's what it is.
That whole mutual parting of the ways thing that we've kind of floated out, that's not happening.
That's out the window.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
That's out the window. That's what's going on now.
At least we get some answers as to, and I love all the reporting on it. Hey, there are 3 things that can happen here. Update. Like the Jordan Schultz had it last week, and then somebody else got it. Yeah. It's either getting traded, getting released, or you find a way to make it work. Duh. Is there a 4th? Is there a 5th? No. At least we know we're not agreeing to this nice quiet exit here.
No, he's
Game
not.
on.
No, he's not.
Game on.
And with this, he's trying to create more leverage is what he's trying to do in this situation and more control. And that's what's going on. 24 years on the job, and on the final day of that 24th season, he decides, you know what?
Okay.
I'm not into being a GM anymore. Yeah, no, I'm into giving it all up. Really? Today?
How many job opportunities are out there already?
Today's the day. You decided after 24 years. Today's the day. You thought, well, if it's in the best interest of the team, you go ahead.
The team benefits from it, Beetle.
And you know what else he also did in that answer, which I thought was kind of weaselly, was him trying to pretend that he is not the final say. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, that is a weasel move. And you know what it also speaks to? That collectively word, right? When he uses that word.
When Mac got picked.
Bingo. He's going right back to the Mac pick. Yep. That's exactly what he's doing there. No, I didn't pick that. I didn't pick the.
How many?
I didn't pick the quarterback, right? I mean, that was collective, guys. Don't you remember?
How many job opportunities are open today? 8 to 10.
You got the Falcons.
5.
Commanders.
So 5 open.
So there's 5 right now, with more to come probably. So if they get their ducks in line and they're ready to get going, aren't they picking up the phone and calling Gerard Mayo? Because through the process, you have to go through the Rooney Rule, where you have to hire minority candidates, and he is one of the top, if not the top. So they got to deal with that if somebody calls. What if somebody calls tonight and say, hey, we want to talk to Mayo?
Well, there could
you
be there could be a sixth opening coming, as Jordan Schultz reports. Sources tell Bleacher Report that as the Titans weigh head coach Mike Vrabel's future this week, he's interested in the idea of returning to the Patriots should New England part ways with Bill Belichick. That just dropped.
Wow.
More on that coming up. More on Bill and his future as he goes into the meeting with Robert today. What happens in that meeting? What is the right move now? What should Robert do now after today's statement from Bill? What should he do?